That's how many G's to grab around this corner. And I'm not going to grab any G's. I'm just going to grab a tree. Land on my wheels. Oh. 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 Oh, Hello and welcome to a new episode of BeamNG.drive. In today's episode, we're going to be taking a front-wheel drive car around the tail of the dragon. And if you don't know, the tail of the dragon is a very, very curvy road. It goes on for 12 miles, and there's endless amount of corners. And it's a really fun road. But usually you'd think, well, why am I going up in a front-wheel drive car? Well, what I want to see is, can I make a front-wheel drive car go around corners relatively well? So what I'm going to do here is, I know that the dual clutch transmission is much faster, but I'm going to go for the manual because this will just be kind of like a fun car to drive on the weekend, so we're going to get this. Okay, so first things first, what we're going to do here is we're going to find an app that can tell us how much load is on the tires. So we're going to go get this app. Let's just put that here. Let's just remove this stuff. This stuff here is for the hybrid vehicles that are in this game, or modded. And then we're also going to get this one, which is G-force crap. Tells us how good we're going around those corners. Okay, good. So now that we have this stuff, we can actually see about how hard we're going around corners. So let's just go to the interior view because you can actually see it better. Now what we're going to do here is, we're not going to go in the drift mode just because that might be a little bit more inconsistent because the computer in the car is controlling the power split. Just completely off, and we're going to see how well this thing can go around corners. So right there, around 6 or so G's. Let's see here. That's about 1 G. I'll just show whatever the maximum is on the screen in a moment. I just saw 1.4 G's. Okay. Let's see if I can get some good around this corner. Oh, Lord. That's a tree. That's another tree. Okay, so we saw, I believe the highest was 1.4. Don't really know. But we're going to reset this. And now what we're going to do, and now that I look at this app, that's really pointless. But real quickly, I think that if I have more grippy tires in the front, there's a possibility that that could increase torque steer. So let's just look at how much torque steer there is right now. If you don't know, torque steer is when the wheels pull the steering. So, and it usually happens in front wheel drive cars, let's hear. So, no torque steer really, but you can definitely feel that if you have hold the wheel, that there is a lot of force going on in the wheel. Okay, let's see here. Take this corner. Okay, I'm gonna let go of the wheel. Yeah, it's not really all that bad, but I can guarantee you that if I had a car that has all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive, it wouldn't be happening as much as this car. Yeah, like, look, you could see there for a moment that it was holding the wheel in place. When I let go of it. So if you look here, see how it kind of holds the wheel in place? Not all that much though. Now let's go actually modify this. So let's look at the front suspension, and then let's go to the wheels. And for this, I really won't have to change the actual wheel, although I could. So we're not going to actually change the tire size. However, we are changing the tire compound. Now, so that we can keep this vehicle a little bit more stable, what I'm going to do is that back here, so it has sport rear tires, what I'm going to do here is this will give us a good balance between grip in the front and grip in the rear, because I want the rear to kind of swing around a little bit in corners, but I don't want it to go crazy. So we're going to go for 205 tires, but still race compound. So we'll have a little bit less grip because the tire isn't as wide, but because even though the tire isn't as wide, it's still gonna have a good amount of grip. So let's just put that on. Actually, I believe there's more sidewall on that tire than there is on that tire. Not changing the struts, because if you put stiffer suspension on the car, there's less weight transfer. And this thing already has a good enough suspension, so I don't need to change any of the suspension crap. There won't be as good of a weight transfer between the wheels, and you can actually have less grip if the suspension is too stiff. All this stuff we're keeping the same. Now let's see what I can get. For this, I'll go into the outside camera for some of it. Okay, let's see what this car can do around this corner here. I just saw 1G, 1.1. I'll probably like zoom in on that in editing or something like that. I can probably do. And let's see how I can go around here. I just saw 1.5. Let's go to interior as I drive better on the interior. Don't know what just hit there around that corner. But this corner I should hopefully get some, because it's a little bit banked. Yeah, that didn't happen. Rev matching there. I think I just saw 1.5 for a sec, and I think I almost just hit a tree. But what I can definitely tell you is that this thing is really grippy now for a front-wheel drive car. Not even just that it can pull a little bit more G's, but because even when you're not on the power in the corners, look at that. This is a front-wheel drive car. If you gave me this car and said, okay, is this front-wheel, rear-wheel drive, or all-wheel drive, and I was watching someone do it, it might be a little confusing to me. But if I was driving it myself, there are some pretty easy ways to tell if it's actually front-wheel drive. Easy way to do that? Well, here's how. So, let's go around this corner. And then, so that way I have kind of the revs a little bit higher. There, you can tell it's a front-wheel drive car. Because you can still get any front-wheel drive car to understeer, even if it has really grippy tires. As long as you turn hard enough, it'll understeer and it will spin those tires. Like, watch. There, it's definitely front-wheel drive. But then again, just works perfectly fine. That's how I made use of grab around this corner. And I'm not going to grab any G's, I'm just going to grab a tree. Land on my wheels. Oh. Pretty sure that the suspension is, well, usually you don't get that much articulation from a, independent suspension. Oh. Usually, only solid axles can go down that much. And I've permanently raised the ride height of my car. That crash has permanently raised the ride height of my car. Issues with front wheel drive. Let's see, maybe if I put this on, maybe that can try to send some power to the other wheel. And yes it is, it's trying to. There we go. ESC's gonna stall it for a king car. So as it seems, I have turned the front suspension into an off-road suspension. Oh, what in the manner? Oh, gee, oh. I don't believe it's supposed to look like that. Let's just reset it and see how that looks. Yeah, that's how it should look. Now let me try one more thing, because with that, it did feel like there was a little bit more torque steer. Let's go to the differential. We're going to put that on, no, not transfer case. No, not flywheel. Why do I keep clicking the wrong button? Let's go for a limited slip, which was the big issue. That's why I couldn't get traction at the one point, because it wasn't sending any power to the other wheel, so I had to turn on traction control. Okay, just with the first test, I turned traction control completely off again. Now let's see if this feels any better in the wheel. Yeah, a bit, but look at that. It just pulled that wheel. Okay, no hands. It pulls that wheel. Yeah. Note to self, grip your tires on a front wheel drive car, they kind of pull the wheel just a bit. Oh, jeez. Okay, so watch this. I'm gonna let go of the wheel in this corner right here. Let go of it, and it just goes that way. But, the thing is, though, is that can I stand driving a front wheel drive car on the tail of the Dragon? Usually, that would end up in me spitting on the car and kicking it. It's a front wheel drive car. Usually those things I would stay away from as much as possible with the tail of the Dragon. However, this little thing, I just saw some pretty good G's up over there. Yeah, but this thing, it'll go around corners. Just put some grippy tires on it. Like, if you have a car like this in real life, throw some Michelin Pilot Sports on there and say done. I just saw 1.7. That's higher than I was ever going to get with the... old tires. Just changing tires on this thing. And the differential in the front, too. Because I remember before, one tire would just kind of pull it, but now it's kind of... I mean, the wheels pull it more, but that's because the wheels have a limited slip diff. Which does help. But you want to know what else a limited slip differential does? Well, it makes people who own these cars, when they do a front-wheel drive burnout, a little bit less humiliated. Because usually, without a front-wheel drive, with a open differential, you do a one-wheel peel. That's where only one wheel spins and the other wheel doesn't do anything. But, however... yeah, that's never gonna happen. You can do this. And both your front wheels turn. However, now I would like to throw up. I'll be honest though, this thing is a really good front wheel drive car with these race tires on it. I've been to Tennessee before. I haven't been to Tail of the Dragon though. Holy crap, this thing grips. Oh god, that's well, it does grip. Till you hit a tree. Now that you can see a front-wheel drive car can actually go around Tail of the Dragon and not want to make you hit yourself in the face. Hope you like this clip, and goodbye.